There is an evil, disturbed, pathological woman who is relentlessly, like some kind of Terminator, going after this guy. And she will not stop. Like, she is like, at the end, that movie when it's just like, it's now like reduced to like metal, and it's just still like, like I feel that's where we're going to get eventually with her. If you really care about your kids' safety and that's your ultimate concern, I don't think you'd even want to be announcing that you had given up custody. Why are you announcing to Marilyn Manson where he needs to go to get your kid? I mean, my God, it just now occurred to me. I'm like, my God, you've just come out and you've confirmed for everyone that your kid is not living with you, and moreover is now living in LA. But you know what? Your life, as hard as it is, do you know whose life it's not nearly as hard as? Evan Rachel Wood's. She's like the ultimate saint. She's like Joan of Arc. She's like Saint Evan, like it's kind of like that picture. I know she got rid of that picture. It's not up on her Instagram anymore. But do you remember the Saint Evan picture where she's just like, well, she doesn't have her hands out, but she's kind of like all in white and that hair put up. And
my God.
You remember that one?
Yes.
Yeah, that was great. That's what she thinks she is.
Oh my God. Like, if you want a picture of a narcissist, that would be a great picture. Really?
Yeah.
Really,
no,
really.
that is. That's what she thinks. She chose that avatar for a reason. That's what she thinks she is. Do you remember she only changed her avatar to that other picture? Didn't she change that when some of us had started using that picture to make fun of her? And so that was the Amber 2.0 picture. I feel like she gets triggered a lot by stuff that we put out.
I want to say I haven't seen the change of picture, so that might be in your time, because you've been talking about Manson for over 10 years now.
It's back in the old days.
Yeah, the old days.
That's how long this hoax has been going on, dude, that there's like stages. I'd like to say that I came in at stage like 2 or 3, because there were some people that were on board even when Evan and Rachel Wood hadn't yet named Manson, but there were just like rumblings, and there were those people those assholes who interviewed him, and he had to like walk out of the interview or hang up or whatever, right? Like, so some people, that was like stage 1, stage 2. So I came at like stage 3. You were like stage 4, maybe. I feel like I said in my video that I felt like one factor in Evan Rachel Wood like freaking out and doing this dumb thing that it's just continued to look dumber now. I mean, because it's given Manson this huge opening, and now he's getting a forum like with Fox News is, doing an article now, putting the truth out there of Jamie Bell. And so like, anyway, the point is she made a huge mistake, and I was just trying to figure out why. And it seems like I was like, what's changed or what's different that would make her suddenly come out and do this crazy thing and disclose that she basically, she lost custody of her kid. And I thought, well, the only thing that's changed is, Marilyn Manson came out defiantly on his Instagram and Twitter and said he had music coming out. And then some of us were saying that we had heard, or I was saying, and other people were amplifying it, that I'd heard that she had lost custody, and I believe that she had from reputable sources. So I just really think, like, I'm not trying to give us a ton of credit or whatever, but I really do think that we may have driven her crazy into making a big error. I have had some people, and it's not me complaining, all right, but I'm just saying that some people express that they wish at times that I were like nicer. Nicer in terms of like less aggressive, how I present myself and whatever. And the thing is, like, that's not what we're battling against. I mean, collectively, those of us who are fighting for and supporting the truth here, this is a massive hoax by some like deeply disturbed, pathological, diabolical people who are willing to stop at nothing and, use like almost any means necessary to get what they want. Then that's, I kind of feel like it's sort of all's fair in love and war. And so Fox News, whoever wrote this, I think they were doing a good job of trying to get attention here. It says, shock rocker not to blame in Evan Rachel Wood custody battle, X says. That's Jamie Bell, X says, and then quote, nothing to do with Marilyn Manson. And so anyway, it's not factually incorrect, but it's just that the connotation of it is that Jamie Bell like came out today and he was speaking out, which he wasn't. This is court documents. Nevertheless, it was great. Kudos to them. I think it was effective to do that. And the article was great. Like, finally, someone, whatever people think of Fox News, but finally, like, someone is actually trying to report some stuff here. And it's not just the Daily Mail. But Jamie Bell cannot be pleased that Evan Rachel Wood is like resurrecting the story and giving this new life. Like, look, I understand that I'm sure Jamie Bell, to the extent he's aware of me, and maybe that's not at all, but to the extent of which he's aware of me, I'm sure he's not pleased with me either. And I'm sorry. Look, I'm going to say this. I'm sorry, but I do hate that this whole situation is what it is, to where these are the only sort of tools that are available to us to show the evil that this woman is perpetrating on an innocent man, is to have to dredge up stuff from the past that I'm sure Jamie Bell would rather stay buried, to try to expose her character. But you know what? The world is rough. That's how it is. And sorry, but my ability to dredge up stuff and your ability and the ability of others, it is minuscule. It is minuscule compared to Reverend Rachel Wood's ability, as we've seen, to now get all this stuff whipped up and get people interested again in this, or for the first time. And so Jamie Bell cannot be happy that she is using her child as a pawn. That's basically what this comes down to. Is she's using her own child in a pawn, because you would think that she would want to keep any mention of her child out of this. If you really care about your kid's safety and that's your ultimate concern, I don't think you'd even want to be announcing that you had given up custody. Why are you announcing to Marilyn Manson where he needs to go to get your kid? I mean, my God, it just now occurred to me. I'm like, my God, you've just come out and you've confirmed for everyone that your kid is not living with you, and moreover is now living in LA.
That brings up a good point too, and maybe we should talk about this, because I don't know about you, but have you seen maybe some people complaining that we talk about the custody at all? My purpose of looking and wanting to say report on them has to do with proving and showing that she has a history of lying and not being good on the stand. I'm not looking to post pictures of her kid, which, mind you, they are blurred anyways in the photos.
Well, you don't have to. She's already posted pictures of me. I mean, right. I know the back of his head at least, right?
But you know what I mean? Like, we're not looking to dox this woman where she lives.
I don't like talking about it. It actually really, like, it does make me feel icky. And it's sort of like, look, I mean, I hate to, like, I don't want to reference Apocalypse Now and get everybody out of like what we're talking about, but like, that's one of the main things that like Colonel Kurtz says in Apocalypse Now in the movie. He's like, when you're fighting a war, you have to do things at times that don't make you feel great. And we're fighting a media war. I'm not trying to get like megalomaniacal and say, oh my God, it's all about my channel. But I'm just saying, all of us collectively, there is an evil, disturbed, pathological woman who is relentlessly, like some kind of Terminator, going after this guy. And she will not stop. Like, she is like, at the end, that movie when it's just like, it's now like reduced to like metal, and it's just still like, like I feel like where we're going to get eventually with her. Oh God.
Well, and the way I also like to explain this to someone who might not be happy, or maybe they don't understand why we do talk about this, I'm like, listen, we're not the ones that brought this out there. We didn't put it in the Daily Mail or publicly available documents.
Everything that's happened, she's brought upon herself. Now, I understand there's unfortunately there's an innocent child involved who didn't bring any of this on him. It's like, and that's one of the tough things of the world, is that whatever family you're born into, you're going to basically be stuck with your parents' problems. You're going to be trying to get out from under them. And that poor kid, I'm sure that the rest of his life, to some extent, is going to be spent, psychologically speaking, trying to get out from under all the pathologies that his mom has been trying to implant in his brain. I mean, it's really sad,
Yeah, and I urge people to look at the custody documents whenever we post the links, because they are a story worth seeing, because you learn quite a bit. And she even tried to use that against Jamie Bell, saying, well, we didn't know this was going on, which obviously she did if she was attending mediation.
She didn't know that Jamie Bell would like to see his child at some point.
Oh, so this is what right. I think when cornered, we know that when cornered, she cannot contain herself. We've seen on The View.
Yeah.
She can, and she looks obviously guilty.
Starts the neck scratch. I just want to see the neck scratching again. Can we, I don't know like how, but how can we get her on camera and like worked up so that all of that, I've just never seen anything like that. I mean, that was almost like a tick that like I don't know, meth head or something would have. No offense to meth heads by comparing them to Evan Rachel Wood. I don't know.
Well, it just, to me, it wasn't even the neck scratch that I paid attention to. Was her. She couldn't even look at them when they were asked or saying anything. That to me is kind of like, you know, when someone's nervous in front of you, or is just, I couldn't even tell if she was really pissed, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
She was
she was
pissed at one
caught.
point that she was having to even answer their questions. Before on The View, they even confronted her about the lawsuit. She got miffed and she was like, well, I don't even have to answer these questions. It's like, lady, why would you, you know,
You have a whole
this was your
documentary.
wish. This was your wish, not ours, lady. You're the one who's out here trying to promote your story. Now you're going to get here and you're going to, in true narcissistic fashion, you're going to get upset that we're asking for details. Like, what did you think? She just wants people to give her a platform and then just basically like gush all over her like stupid Drew Barrymore, you know? AJ said we should pack a bag and go find her, talk to her. Like, like our version of like Project Veritas. I thought about going by Jay Elwinger's office.
Your boyfriend?
My boyfriend. But Esme Bianco and Ashley Smithline's former attorney. I guess Esme's former or current, I don't know. But I thought, and I was just going to go, like, literally, I was thinking it'd be funny just to go in and, like, ask the receptionist if Jay was around. And, I mean, just, like, dump, you know, but anyway, and so, but then I thought, no, I mean, next thing you know, people will be accusing me of stalking.
They probably would. I mean, they like to twist those documents.
Probably have Texas police coming in my door. Jay Elwinger's, he's upset. He's worried. I'm trying to finish this thumbnail actually right now. That's why I keep clicking pictures. I'm running. You know, my big challenge with the thumbnails is that I'm running out of like pictures of Evan Rachel Wood where she looks constipated or pissed off. You know?
You can always recycle or reuse.
There's something like there's a worm in her heart, or there's something wrong with her to where she just destroys herself. And I know she may think that when she started all this, that she was going to be destroying Marilyn Manson and she was going to be helping herself. But I think there's some kind of unconscious self-destructive thing going on, because on some level, everybody has to know that if you go down this road of like utter deceit and lies and ruining people and getting other people to get involved in your evil with you and all, like there's some kind of karma at some point that's going to kick in. It's like I said today on the Twitter Spaces thing that I did. I don't know, you know, about God and morality and all of that. Like, I have ideas. I don't have any special knowledge, but like, I just don't think that the universe will allow you to just persistently keep going deeper and deeper into the muck. Like she has the moral and ethical and spiritual muck, and do these horrible things to people and all of this. And she's not going to hit a wall at some point. Like at some point she is going to hit a wall. Mm-hmm. And in the universe is just going to say, no more. And I think that maybe that's kind of what's starting to happen here. And maybe that's why she's starting to freak out, is because I think she probably had some hope, or a great deal of hope maybe, that when Marilyn Manson, Brian Warner's lawsuit, when the defamation part of it was struck, and when he got them, because it was an expected ruling, and when he got this bad ruling, this negative ruling, I think that she hoped that would be like the end. And I don't know, like he would just go away, or he would be, he would be put in his place, so to speak, or cowed. But then his response to that was sort of like, okay, never mind, fuck you, I'm coming out with new music, I'm hanging out with people, I'm here, right? I'm gonna be here. And I don't know, that maybe plus us talking about her losing her kid tipped her into this.